He knows what time it is. Everybody knows what time it
Man,
is, bro.
I love
It's
this
8 o'clock.
team.
It's 8
I
o'clock.
think we're go. I think we're gonna go to Miami and fucking turn shit over there,
Bro,
bro.
it's 8 o'clock. Everyone knows where we're at, bro. We're right
We're
here.
we're gonna turn that. We're gonna turn this swamp water over there into nice gleaming Las Vegas fountain water.
Here you go. You're always with that. Would you say the fountain water? What did you say?
Yeah, the fountain water. You know that
You mean
one
the fountain of youth water? Is that what you're trying to say?
fountain of youth.
Yo, you're saying the fountain water. I'm like, what are you talking about? Fountain water. Bro, what up, bro?
What's good? I can't see y'all.
Oh, because we're not on the screen, but we're on the screen. We're live, but
We're live, Pharaoh, but we ain't on the screen. Remember what you said to me? Remember what you said to me last time, Pharaoh? Let's squash this beef right now, Pharaoh. Remember that beef we had last time?
Oh, already? Dang.
Can the people hear us?
I gotta tell you, you know what, man? I gotta tell you, you was right.
Oh, don't tell me.
We got a tight end. We did get a tight end in the fucking second round.
What?
I was giving.
Here we go.
I was giving Pharaoh shit for months for that. And then, now that I got him, I gotta apologize.
Pharaoh's here? What?
What? Yeah.
My guy ready to get. I can't see y'all, man. Hey, can the people hear us right now?
Power forward?
Yeah, they can hear us.
Yeah, they hear us right now. They hear us right now. Just a little thing we do. We just bullshit in the middle.
Yeah, right before
Robert Ory? Is that Robert Ory though? That power forward? Robert Ory?
Robert Ory?
Yeah, you funny
Let's
as
go,
hell,
Lo.
man.
Let's go.
That's the inside right there. That's inside.
That's inside?
Yeah.
Shit, what's good? What's good, man? What's
Right.
Pharaoh? What's going
What's
on?
going
Radio
on?
Nation Live. What's going on, everybody? I'm your host, Dirty Low. This is Radio Nation Live. I'm your host, Dirty Low. We got Gravy. We got Rated Game in the building. And we got our special guest, Pharaoh. Pharaoh, what's going on, man?
Appreciate y'all for having me on, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I see y'all, man. Y'all growing. Y'all doing your thing right now, man. Hey, man.
We trying, brother. It's all them, bro. It's all them. I have nothing to do with it.
Did you get the check?
This guy's humble over here.
What's up, my boy Pharaoh? Been around for a minute.
Man, it's been a
Got
minute.
a great show. Him and Ray. You know, always respected them two guys, man. You guys have a great show, bro. Tell us a little bit about it.
But we had like a special edition show in Vegas last weekend, so that was dope.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't catch that one, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
So we actually ended up going to the game, the Jets game on Sunday, and we ended up going live like after the game, just a reaction after we watched the game live in person. So that was pretty dope. But yeah, man, it's Raiders. This Raiders season is crazy, man. This Raiders season,
Raiders, man.
Crazy
it's the Raiders. You know what I mean? We're always on a fucking roller coaster. My bad.
Yeah, man. Hey, salute
the thoughts on it,
man. We gotta say what's good with the chat, man. Like, hey, man, it's been a minute, man. I haven't been live.
Somebody don't let us do that, bro. Somebody don't let us.
No, I don't. Yeah, Gravy, man, Gravy. You don't understand, bro. Like he tried to throw it on me, and I'm the proverbial being ran over the bus.
It's known out there that he doesn't.
Hey, man, different style for different folks, man.
Hey, bro, Gravy, he turns around and he just throws that cigar up and he's, "That's what we're doing." I'm just like, all right, man, whatever you say, bro.
Like North Korea up in here, dog. We gotta follow the lead.
Is North Korea?
Things done changed, Pharaoh. Things done changed, my brother.
Hey, I see, man. I see, but it looks like it's for the better, though. It looks like it's for the better.
Oh, man, always.
Yes,
changing and evolving, always changing and evolving, brother.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Man, Pharaoh, like, bro, it's been what? It's been a little while. You've been around, stuff like that, man.
Been a minute, man.
Yeah, man. I mean, you guys been doing real good over there, bro. I just want to give you guys your flowers and stuff like that. Both of you guys. I know you guys both work hard and shit, get the shows going and stuff like that, man. So I just want to give you that before we get started, bro.
Appreciate that,
Yeah, most of the time you guys are wrong, but I'm just gonna go ahead and just keep moving on.
Hey man, that's why we have these shows, man, to have these discussions, man.
Yeah. Oh no, man. Like a lot of the stuff you guys be saying is like I agree with it because it's like you guys look at it from a good perspective. You guys don't look at it like, man, well, looking like at all the negative shit. I mean, you guys put out the points, do what you guys got to do. You know what it is, bro. But it's not like overbearing with some bullshit. Like you guys actually give some good content, man. Appreciate it. The nation does appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? So, shit. Let me get to the chat real quick, man. Like I say all the time, always be thankful for what you do got, what you don't drink and drive. All right, shit. We'll get into it. Thelonious Money, what's good, man? First one in the building. Salute, bro. Raider Zilla's in the building. Raider Room, what's going on? Raider Mania, what's going on? Charm City's in the building. Smoke him if you got him. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Charm City, what's going on? Pookie and Ray Ray, I just want to say I told you so. Crazy. Circus, what's going on? Pharaoh Gabe was on featuring Pharaoh Gabe and Gravy featuring Low. You'd love to see it. Crazy fucking Raider Pete, what's going on, bro? Salute to you, man. Hopefully you're having a good one tonight. Hopefully if anybody's watching the game right now, I know a couple people well, at least one person on the panel is pretty upset right now. Because yeah.
Oh no, I got a second touchdown from a guy, so at least he's scoring. I only got one guy out of three. I only got one guy out of three. My other two guys got hurt, Burrow and fucking and Mark Andrews. All I got is Gus Edwards, and he's actually 2 touchdowns. So, damn.
Yeah, that sucks. Burrow went out like in the first half, and then I think Andrews, he went down awkwardly at some point in the second half. So,
yeah, it was a bad night for me. But yeah, this week, man, we got some good news this week. I mean, today from the in the injury report, you know what I mean. We got a bunch of almost everybody back. You know what I mean, healthy. And practicing today. So that was big today, man. That was real big today. You know that news coming out of practice. You know what I mean. We got back Parham. We got back Colton. You know what I mean. We got I think we even got back Curtis Bolton and somebody else. I think that wasn't practicing either.
Cole Miller, man. I like when he had me a little bit concerned because he missed yesterday's practice, but he was limited today. So hopefully he makes it back against Miami.
He could bring back if he could get like a full. I think if he gets a limited, I still think he might play out on. I think we'll see still how effective he is on Sunday. But I think if he gets a full practice in tomorrow, like a full actual whole practice. He should be good.
Right, that last practice before the game.
Yeah, because that Parham, seeing yesterday, Dylan Parham and him out, that was kind of scary, for the beginning of the week. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
So having one.
So hey, let me just say this, man. Like, this has been a crazy season, and I know y'all been talked about it. Y'all have had a lot of shows talking about this, but I haven't talked to y'all.
Right.
So, how do y'all feel with McDaniels gone and with Pearson? Like, what's the general feeling? Do y'all feel like we're still in need of that next move, a head coach, or this guy might be the guy?
Right now, I'll go real quick and then I'll let my guys get out too. Yeah, me personally, bro, like I feel McDaniels is gone. Like I've been saying it, I said it over and over. It's like getting off of probation. And like you're good, like you don't have to worry about nothing no more. It just felt like confined, you know what I'm saying? And
you got more hope.
AP, yeah. But AP like kind of just changes. It looks familiar. It feels Raider. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it kind of sucks that we have like a organization that's all fucked up that keeps on doing this shit.
Yeah,
but this guy actually looks like a Raider. He runs like a Raider. He's wearing the black Air Force Ones. Like, that's the overseeing all that stuff, right? Besides that, if you really, really overlook everything and how everybody speaks about him, he's a champion. He's all that, you know what I mean? And it's like everyone knows that he has the knowledge of it and he has the passion for it. So that's something that the Raiders have been missing. You know what I mean? They were always saying that we need a rock star. No, we need a solid, coach. You know what I mean? And he's doing a good job so far. I know for a fact that we're gonna probably take a couple losses here, there, stuff like that. You know what I mean? I want to see how they bounce back from that. But right now, as far as the 2-0 stretch, we're 0-0. Like I say every week, it's all. I think it's a great fit. I'm not sold on keeping him for the next year, but I want to see where we're at the end of the season.
Right.
And then we can go from there. And who's available after that. But right now, I'm really, really happy with it. It's a good direction for the team. Like the whole team morale and everything like that.
I mean, we haven't lost.
Like Bo and them do their thing, you know what I mean, on offense, you know what I mean? Opening it up, giving Jacobs the ball, what we all want to see, why he's here. You know, it's smart football. He's a smart coach. He's a smart football, player. You know what I mean? So he knows what it takes to win. So I'm happy about it.
Okay. Gravy, man. What's your thoughts?
Well, Farrell, we both know that I was a McDaniels type guy. I was happy about that, but the dude from his production changed my mind. I'm not gonna lie. I love the offense that they do in New England. Mm-hmm. If you and Ray have dissected it to where it's unstoppable at times, and then we just didn't run it well, and then it wasn't taught well to the type guys we had, right. and the way the guy was, to his players and the type of atmosphere he was bringing to the locker room and things like that. That is what he's just a me guy, and he's not us. It's run by me. It's run through me, and that's it. That's not the way that I would coach, but I would use that offense. But it's just different the way I feel now. The with AP in the beginning, I was thinking we had the same type dude with Gruden. We were rah tough. Let's do this. It started working well. And then, we did it with Bisaccia, where Bisaccia was just, go ahead and do what you guys want to do, coaches. I'll just stand back here and let you guys, have 8 days off, and you guys are cool. And I'll send you a letter to give to your wife and blow her a kiss and kissing babies and all this other stuff. But now we're starting to see the structure of this guy and how he is. He's a player. And then I get his vibe. I love his vibe and love how it changed so quickly, how the players were so confined and not themselves and not in the element of their game to explode out. This guy lets them do that, and it looks like they're happy with it, and that's why we're playing well. That's why things are changing. Mm-hmm. And then I'm all for change. I don't see anybody, if he keeps doing what he's doing, I don't see anybody taking this guy's job. Mm-hmm. But there will be some bad games, and when that happens, then we're gonna see what type of game is that over a loss. How are we gonna react to that? Is what I want to see.
Right.
Can he rally them back up and say, "Hey, we had a bad game. Let's regroup. Let's go." And then the next game, we start doing what we see now. Then he's the one for the job for me.
Yeah, Deloney Money saying we have the whole season to play out to make any conclusions, but if he wins 4 out of the next 7, he'll be head coach for sure. That's a good point. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you be a bad coach in the locker room too.
I think that would mean that we would finish 9-8.
Yeah,
that's not bad.
That's not bad at all. That's what gives us a chance.
Mm-hmm. Gabe, so what's your thoughts?
My thoughts are like I like AP. I like his the energy that he brought to the team, but I also think that energy is also attributed to just wanting to get McDaniels out of the building. And I'm kind of like on the same type of kind of the same tip of as pause fucking with as Gravy and Low. Like I think we still got to see how they how they react when they meet a little bit of adversity. This game coming up too. Yeah, and who's to say they don't come out and get another win? It's like I still want to see how they deal with adversity. Like because those are the times where you see how a coach, because like right now I think they're playing not on all emotion, but it's a lot of reminiscence to like 2021 when Bisaccia was here. They're playing on a lot of playing for each other and shit like that. So I do like the kind of freedom that they're giving the players. How they're how they're listening to the players, how they're getting the input from the players, like giving Josh a chance to call his own, like kind of like call his favorite plays out of not make up his own plays, of course not, because they're still coaches and they're still doing their job, but kind of letting him see what he's more comfortable with in running and stuff like that, giving the freedom of Aiden O'Connell, letting him a lot of pre-snap reads and stuff like that. So I like that aspect so far, but yeah, man, it's still early to say, but he started off good that's for damn sure, bro. So he's giving himself a good head start, that's for sure.
2-0, man. 2-0 since he took over. 2-0.
What you think, Farrell? You tell us what you think, bro.
Yeah.
You the guest. You tell us.
I mean, for what I think AP, it was like it was match made in heaven, because he's following a guy that literally was the no fun league. Like he literally had the players. They I think from what I heard, he was following a lot of their social medias, not McDaniels, but that whole McDaniels, Dave Ziegler regime. They were paying attention to They were paying attention to players, social media. The players probably felt like they were on eggshells. Even Hunter Renfrow made a comment about that, how like he feels a lot more free, and you could tell the players are more happy. Did you see Devontae Adams after the game? These last couple of games, he's over here. He's focused. Like while Pierce is talking after the game, and then you see him dancing. Yeah, there you go, Gabe. You know what I'm saying? He's dancing, having a good time. And Pierce is a smart guy, because he's purposely doing all these things. It seems like a coincidence that he looks into the camera and says, "Raiders," you know what I mean? Like that's on purpose. He knows that in order to part of getting this job is to pretty much part of being a Raider is pretty much, in my opinion, it's like you got to embrace Raider Nation. You got to embrace the fan base, the Raider culture, the Raider way. And he's doing all the right things. He's over here talking about, "Oh, I'm wearing all black forces," because y'all know what it is, Raider Nation, all black everything. You know what I mean? He keeps making these comments because he's feeding into because he wants to win the fan base. He's already won the players. Now he needs to win Mark Davis and his approval of him as a head coach. And I think the more if he keeps winning, it's over. Like the dude said in the comment section, 4 out of 7, 9 and 8. Hey, obviously, if he goes to the playoffs, I think it's a done deal.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
Deal. Yeah, and you guys mentioned that he's giving like Aiden O'Connell. I think that he anointed the QB coach's offense coordinator, or was that Champ Kelly? I'm not 100% sure.
It had to be.
From my understanding, when they asked the question, I don't have any insiders. I don't know the janitor's cousins, brothers, dog sitter. I don't, you know what I mean? But from my understanding, is the way he said it was like, he said AOC is going to start, right? And then even they asked him kind of the same question. He goes, "Well, they've been hip to hip since he's gotten here." So it only made sense because they didn't have an offensive coordinator. So he was right behind him. So it's kind of almost totem pole-ish kind of deal. But then also the fact that them two were joined at hip to hip since they came in. You know what I mean? And I think he ran some plays during the preseason, from my understanding.
Yeah, and I think, to be honest with you, I think there's a chance the Raiders can go to the playoffs with Pierce, because I think he's won that locker room. They're already playing hard, and I feel like Pierce has a better coaching staff than Bisaccia did. You guys remember, we all knew that everybody was on Bisaccia's side. The players believed in him. But what was our biggest complaints with the Raiders? Greg Olsen. You know what I mean? We're complaining about some of the assistant coaches, and if Bisaccia gets hired, is he going to bring the same offensive coordinator? Gus Bradley, we were okay with him bringing him back, but the offensive coordinator was an issue. But with
like half, it was like half, because there was some people trying to get Gus Bradley out of here too. Remember?
Yeah. I'm not going to put Gus Bradley in there because some people were kind of happy with what he did with the team as far as the talent that he had. He was able to get a productive D line, get pressure. We all know that, right? But there are some issues that some people can complain about how simple his defense is, and every time we played against good quarterbacks used to just go to work. It is what it is. But my point is that at the end of the day, I feel like, hey, if AP keeps going, man, he has a chance to become the head coach of the Raiders, man.
Mm-hmm. And Champ Kelly has the I think they all have a chance, and I think that it's to become that new team. And I just think that it's like now he'll be able to build a staff, but who would he keep? You know what I mean? Does he keep a Bo Hardegree? Does he keep a, you know what I mean? Because if he does keep the job, that means we're winning, right? So, I mean, obviously that's gonna play some into Bo Hardegree's to trying to keep in him, you know what I mean, and Patrick Graham too, you know what I mean, keeping him on as a defensive coordinator is just but man, they started off great, bro, and just the way that they started off has given them a big boost, I think, in this job, pretty much, because it's like when you start off 2-0 and then coming off of a regime like that, you already, like you said, you already won basically, the players off the bat, because it seems like they're the ones that kind of made this move happen to promote him, you know what I mean? Because out of all guys, they're the ones, reports were like he had the most respect out of the locker room from any of the assistants or even the defensive coordinator or the offensive coordinator, and you seen him gone the next day as well. You know what I mean? It's just I like it. And then you already hear reports saying that, you know what I mean, they have a real good chance already of taking that interim, tag off. So it's like when you're already starting to hear stuff like that, it's up to him, man. I think like he said, he's playing with house money. Now it's just, keeping like, I just think they have to be competitive, you know what I mean, even in some of these games, dog, because it's like these it's just, I don't want to see games like like Chicago or fucking like Buffalo. Like I think like these next couple games, you know what I mean, I know that the excitement is through the roof right now, but we still got to put it in perspective too. Like, you know what I mean, it's like these are good teams we're playing, so we can't just be like, oh shit, you know what I mean, there goes, there we go again, you know what I mean, another coach like this, he's gonna have his ups and downs too. So we gotta, kind of roll with it and just, see more of the development of these rookies, like right now, like Michael Mayer, you know what I mean, Trey Tucker, you know what I mean, all those guys. I want to see more of that. See how they bring these guys along.
Right, and let's put things in perspective. When Bisaccia took over in 2021, before they made their run to the playoffs, they had a winning record. He came in at 3-2. Eventually, they were 5-5, just like the Raiders are 5-5. But Pierce was able to come in at 3-5 and win 2 straight. Now they're at 5-5. So they have almost the same opportunity to get to the playoffs, and I think that they have a chance. They just have to win. I think, in my opinion, out of 3 games, but mainly they need to either beat the Miami Dolphins this weekend or one of those Chiefs games. They got to beat a good team. Mm-hmm. There's no way around it. They're gonna have to have a good win in order to get into the playoffs, because they have all the other games are winnable games. Vikings is a winnable game. I know Dobbs out there is making plays for them, but it's still a winnable game. We played the Colts, winnable game.
Denver.
Broncos last game of the season. And the Chargers also a winnable game. And we played the Chargers when we're playing with, obviously with he who shall not be named. We're just gonna say that from now on, man. Like that dude, I'm glad.
For shame.
When he for real, man, that dude, when he got fired, I feel like everybody was like, oh man, thank you. Now I can watch a Raider game and enjoy it.
Yeah. No shit.
We were at that game, Vero. We were at that game. All three of us were at the game.
Which game?
We tried to lose that. We tried both. I think both teams tried to lose that game. We want to lose it. No, you go ahead. We'll lose it for you. Nah, you go ahead. You lose it. And then after all of that, after O'Connell's first, the 3 fumbles, the 8 sacks, the pick, and then the pick at the end, we were still, gonna win that game at the 5-yard line.
Yeah, I like how O'Connell fought back.
We were sitting right there. They would have scored right.
The interception was right there. The touchdown
was right there, right in front of us.
Right
we were
there,
sitting
bro, watching that shit. Yeah.
And
the LA game, the LA Chargers game.
Yeah. And then you know, just how bad no one wanted to win that game. You know, said, well, what's going on here? Why are we in so many games like this where we could have had control over?
Mm-hmm.
And then when he comes out here and says, well, we threw the kitchen sink at Mac. No,
you didn't.
My decision was that, you know, O'Connell was holding the ball a little bit too long that game.
Yeah.
And now he adjusted. Adjusted, and then he's not doing that anymore. He did it. That's the reason why he got sacked last week. But that's it. He does, his clock in his head is just faster, and he knows he needs to get it off.
Yeah.
That eliminated any kind of stupid mistakes that he would do further along. And then I go, and that's the way I feel about this dude. I thought it was a great decision to start him because we were doing nothing but going down with Garoppolo. And then I'm happy that they made that decision to go with the kid. It took a lot of guts to do that.
Right. Yeah.
Not $40 million sitting on the bench, bro.
Voldemort decided.
Man, and you know what? And I was kind of one of those guys. Like I was leaning towards like, man, I'm thinking about all these years, man, being a Raider fan, and one guy being there with all these different coaches, all these different quarterbacks. I'm looking at Mark Davis like, yo, man, you're not getting it done as an owner. Like, it's too many losing teams. Like, I can't blame every coach that comes in and be like, it's their fault.
Yeah.
But I will give him credit, man. This, much respect to him. $100 million to get rid of McDaniels. Pretty much 85 mil, man. 85 mil to get rid of McDaniels, man. And that just told me that he wants to win. He just can't figure it out.
Yeah.
I think also that plays, you know, in favor of AP too, though, is like if he has anything similar finish to like, you know, to Bisaccia, and even if he doesn't make the playoffs, like say they go 9-8, right? I still think, you know, he gets the job just because he has that Bisaccia, you know, kind of situation playing in his favor. Because, you know, you hear all the fans already talking about like that he can't ignore his players anymore. He can't ignore the fan base and shit like that if they're kind of clamoring for this, you know, for him to get the job. So it's like I think that kind of plays into his favor a little bit too. You know, the Bisaccia situation from, you know, not hiring him, and you know, kind of hindsight now. You know, like people are kind of saying, you know, like there was people saying, "Man, we should have fucking just kept Bisaccia." So it's like he plays in his favor a little bit.
Mark Davis smartened up his own words, using his own words. I'm gonna get to these that I started real quick. Chris said right here, shout out Chris, man. He said Miami should win. Miami, we should win. KC be on a short week after playing Philly. They'll be beat up after that, and then so we will be able to take that win too. I'm not gonna shortchange my team. I still say more than 10 wins. Circus also said Tay doesn't have a TD since the early weeks, but yes, still over celebrating. Teammates are succeeding and getting the W's. Totally different vibe with the way the team looks. And then Circus again, shout out Circus, bro. So, you know, I don't want to like cut anybody off, but Bisaccia led a team morally, but he can't scheme a game plan for shit. That's fucking true, because he's a special teams coach. You know what I mean? So it's like, if you look at the difference,
okay.
Let me finish. People forget how bad we got blown out by the Chiefs under him. I never wanted him as a head coach, but I mean, he got him morally. So that's a good assessment right there too, bro.
But that's okay, man. Hey, I don't mind if our head coach is not an X's and O's guys. He's a more of a leader. He's more of a communicator. I don't mind that. Just have a great staff around him. Yeah. Just have a great offensive coordinator. Just have a great defensive coordinator. I like that combination. If you look at John Harbaugh, that's what he pretty much does. He's a special teams coordinator, but he always tends to get like good OCs, good defensive coordinators. You know, this year, I think, I don't know how you guys feel about Todd Monken. I mean, that's a whole different conversation, but he's an OC out there with the Ravens. And then he got that DC. He got that defense playing well with that DC.
He got Fangio.
You said Vic Fangio with the Dolphins. Yeah, coming up. Yeah, that's going to be a big test.
You know what? I mean, just depending on where we end, I think it's going to be more along the lines of where exactly they want to go. They're probably going to have to get more support because if they're going to go quarterback, depending on where they're going, if they're trading for a quarterback or whatever happens in the offseason, if they end up staying, you know what I'm saying? So it's like if they end up staying, then obviously there's going to be changes in certain things and certain people that he wants to get the jobs. But if they have in the middle of the season through all the bullshit and they get that, you know, playoff chance, wild card chance, or even, you know, the way some teams, the way everyone's looking right now, everyone's 5-5, you know what I mean? So it's like if he turns around, if we turn around and end up doing that, I don't think it's going to be a big overhaul, but it'll be good additions. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he'll take Bo to take a step back. I think he'll be like assistant, you know, offensive coordinator, you know what I mean? If he brings in a bigger name so they can form something a little bit better, or they might just let him do it and then give him the support that guy needs, you know what I mean? Because if it's successful, all you have to build is build off it. Try not to fuck with it. When they were saying the retool and re all this bullshit, I was like, yeah, this is some fuckery, you know what I mean? But this way, when going into it, knowing that he's going to be our head coach for a couple years, knowing that he got some players' ears, knowing that he got all that, it's going to make everybody kind of, how would you say, just it's going to make the job more attractive.
Right.
And then what's going to happen is going to be easier to get the people that you want and the players that you want, and they're going to want to play for that. And it's a good sign, you know what I mean? I don't want to bring in the Harbaugh, like, I'm not discrediting him or anything like that. I don't want to bring him in with all the bullshit that's going on with him and the yada yada yada. I get it. People have problems. People have issues, but this guy just wants to be a coach. He wants to be the Raiders coach, not any other coach, not under this, that. This is what he wants. And, you know, just because you get what you want doesn't necessarily mean that you get to earn what you keep. You see what I'm saying? So you gotta earn it, bro. So him making those changes is going to be depending on how long he's going to be here. But I only see more of an addition than subtraction. You know what I mean?
I don't know if I want Harbaugh. I don't know if it's even a good fit for this Raiders roster. I mean, he's like an authoritarian coach. This team obviously wants a player's coach. Like, it's a perfect fit. Bisaccia, they played well under him. With Pierce, they're playing well under him. I mean, it's early. It's still early. But I'm not sure if that's a good fit. If I feel like if anything, let's say if the Raiders were to go a different direction, I feel like they need to get a younger guy in there. They need to get back and get some like someone on the rise, someone coming up that can be developed, and then maybe having an experienced GM. I know that a lot of people are saying Champ Kelly. That could be a possibility as well, because I know that was Mark's guy when he interviewed him, like, and got him into becoming an assistant GM. So he's obviously going to be a candidate. But yeah, man, I'm excited for the Raiders, man. Like, I think there's a lot to look forward to, especially this weekend, man. Like, they playing the Dolphins.
Yep.
And it's going to be a tough game. It's going to be a track meet, bro. It's going to be.
Dolphins for Life has been in the chat this whole time. He's been pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? But look at what he said.
Him on Holly show.
Hey, man, respect to him. He's trying to study the enemy. That's what he's trying to do.
Yeah, I get it. But he says, I like Kirk Cousins.
I told him what we were about, bro. I told him they never been socked in the face yet. And then they got about to get socked in the face.
Hey, another thing, too, you had said something, too, that you were saying that you know, that we won't beat you guys, but we're gonna beat Kansas City. But you guys lose to teams that are over 500. We're 500, bro. So, you know, take a seat, my guy. Take a seat, my guy.
Facts within the facts.
Yeah, Jack Kenna, what's up, bro? I seen you in the building too, bro. I'm sorry, I was rambling a little bit, but shout out Kenna, man. Suits you, brother. Hopefully, having a good one.
Jack was good.
I like AP's chances right now, man. Especially, you know, with the way he started. It's first impressions is a big thing too, dog. You know what I mean? And he's made a very big impression on the nation, on the players. So that gives them a foot up against against the rest of the competition. And I just think him knowing, you know, this pretty much all the personnel here and all of that stuff, him still, like, you don't have to go through so much of an overhaul and shit like that. So it's like I think he has a foot up for sure, man. I think it's but it for sure it's gonna be how we finish this season. Yep. But I have a lot more confidence though, you know, in these games though now. Like, I just have, like, or going into games, it was just like, damn, bro, how are we going to perform? Because there were some games where we would be able to show up or whatever out of nowhere, but these last 2 games is just it looks like one thing's for sure. I think you'll have them ready to play, you know what I mean, on Sundays, and I think they're going to want to play for him, you know, on Sundays because I think they want to keep him as a head coach, and they're going to do everything in their, you know what I mean, whatever they can do, you know what I mean, whatever they can control to try to keep him as the head coach.
Yeah, and I like Pierce. I like what he's bringing to the table, but I also like how he's empowering everybody around him, and I think I feel like that's the best way to have a successful team is have everybody do their job. And when you had McDaniels, it felt like maybe he was trying to put his hand in too many people's jobs, and I just felt like he just was, because how many times have we said like maybe. Because we know that he's coming from New England, he's coached all those top offenses and all that. But how many times in a game where we're watching, he's like, I don't know, man. It just feels like he's kind of like, and I know, I don't even want to. Yeah, I don't even want to talk about McDaniels, man.
That was the next thing I was gonna say. I was like, man.
Let's get back into that.
Like 3 X's ago, bro.
Your 3 McDaniels is up already.
Hey, you know who I want to talk about? I want to talk about Bo, the OC.
I kind of like. You said McDaniels right now, bro.
Well, let me tell you this, bro. That there's one thing that I'm bringing up in McDaniels, and the thing is that when the dude was here, what were the odds of Josh Jacobs staying here? What were the odds of DA wanting to leave?
Very low.
Even the odds of Crosby wanting to get the fuck out of here.
Right.
But now Jacobs, I want to be a Raider for life. I want to retire a Raider. DA has a whole new vibe with him, you know. And Crosby saying the same stuff as Jacobs is. He's giving these guys an opportunity to blossom and making them feel better about the organization, you know, saying, hey, these guys want me around here. And that, keeping Jacobs is priority number 1. Signing Jacobs is priority number 1. And then when they do that, we're gonna realize that if this guy gets Jacobs signed, he ought to be GM. You know what I mean? Because the dude was fresh out. He was out the door. I was already assuming and trying to get my Jacobs jersey signed by him, just so I could remember a legendary running back that we have for the Raiders. Now you could rock a number 8, and then I could get a number 8, invest in that, because I think he's gonna stick around a little bit more. Stick around for a lot more years. Yeah.
Spillane, man.
The other cat was here. He was pretty much gone. He was out the door, bro. They didn't appreciate him. You know, they didn't appreciate what he was doing.
Yeah, and he felt like that. And I think Pierce, I think Pierce is smart. One of the first things he did was talk about how he needs to get the ball into his playmakers. Automatically, you win over Devontae Adams, one of your best players. Automatically, you win over Josh Jacobs, one of your best players. And guess what? Jacobs has been playing his best ball all season. Back-to-back games where he's pretty much going over 100 yards rushing. And
gotta secure the ball.
Facts. He got to secure the ball, but he knows that. But
for sure, no, for sure. It's just a thing that nobody's really brought up. You know what I mean? We were talking about it yesterday. Nobody really brought up his fumbles and stuff like that. He had an awesome game. Don't get me wrong. He was one of the biggest reasons why I won that game. But like he was kind of a reason too that they had a Hail Mary of a chance to, you know, kind of get back into the game, you know, because it should have kind of been out of reach at that point. But you know, I think he'll secure that shit up. He knows for sure he's one of those guys that he'll clean that up. He's not a guy that's been known to be fumbling, you know, have fumbling issues. So I think it was just one of those anomaly type games. But for sure, let's clean that up before anything else.
Hey, Dolphins for life. You say y'all are gonna be mad on Monday, so you'll be here for it. Well, I'm not here on Mondays, bro. We're here on Sunday night, so come through on Sunday night, and you're gonna be mad. So Sunday night at 8, subscribe. Not talking shit.
Take it.
Chile, what's up, bro?
No, I already fucking know. Like, to me, it's Even if we do kind of take the L, I still want to see the effort. You know what I mean? I still want to see the effort and how we perform in this game. Like, you know what I mean? It's just because this is a tough game. Miami is a good team. I know they haven't beat anybody over 500 or anything like that. We haven't either. So it's one of those prove it type of games, kind of for like not much for Miami, because if they win, they're not gonna get too much of a praise, because I just nobody really has like it through the media. Nobody really gonna say anything. But the Raiders can give themselves a boost. You know what I mean? And I don't really care how the media really thinks about us, but when you can't ignore winning 3 games in a row and then going into Miami, and then with the new interim coach, a rookie quarterback, and all that shit, 3-0. This is that has to be talked about.
No, facts, 100%. And the reason why I brought up Bo is because, man, I've been watching the game and I like him as the OC. I think last game there were some moments where I felt like he should have been conservative, but like I like what I'm seeing from him. He's doing a lot of motions.
Like the fake tush push.
Oh yeah, I love that, bro. And he's throwing, and you know what it is? It's probably because our offense has been so inept, like it hasn't been where it's supposed to be, and then and we finally have an OC that's actually dialing up plays, getting playmakers the ball. We see a Michael Mayer getting the ball in the red zone finally. You know what I mean? We see Jacobs getting the ball finally. We see Devontae Adams. We see everybody getting involved, which we didn't see before Bo took over as an OC. So I like what I'm seeing from him. It's still early though. I understand it. It's still early, but sure. Hey, if the offense looks good with Bo, who's obviously the QB coach, I'm kind of open to him coming back. I don't know how y'all feel about that.
You know what? Another thing too has me liking this coaching staff, dog. It's a big thing too, because it's a problem we've had for years. How disciplined we are. Not many penalties. You know what I mean? We're not really shooting ourselves in the foot. And then, like, I know last week we did have the fumble problem, but like, you know what I mean? We're able to start, like, I think we're taking more chances and we're getting more turnovers. You know what I mean? It's just the football is just, it looks totally different, man. It looks like a different team out there. You know what I mean? It's just the everything, that they're little wrinkles that they're adding a little bit, and it's not much because, like Gravy, keeps, it's the same offense. It's just with wrinkles, you know what I mean? And with their own little flavor during the week, trying to put, add a little motion here or there, you know what I mean? It's just, and giving, Aiden the freedom, at the line to see, to kind of dissect dissect the defense pre-snap.
Yeah, and aggressive too. Bo was pretty aggressive, and you could tell they have a lot of confidence in Aiden, because I was at the game. It was 3rd and 18. I'm like, all right, short pass, or do a QB draw, kick a field goal. He has him doing like a 7-step drop back, and he's holding the ball. I'm like, come on. I was mad because they got sacked and it kicked him out. It got him out of field goal range. But, looking back into that entire game, it's like they really feel like the OC really believes in Aiden O'Connor. Yeah. He's super aggressive, and I love it too, because it gets the players confident in whatever they're doing out there in the field.
Yeah,
and you can do things like that, Pharaoh. If your running game is working, you know what I mean. If your running game is working, you can do things like that. Fourth down, that fake jumbo, on 4th down, and they gave it to Carter around the edge. Other guy wouldn't have did that.
Yeah, but you know what's crazy though?
He would have kicked the field goal.
That they're starting though with the pass game to open up the run game, because you've seen that in the last game.
The loaded box. Got the loaded box right there.
But the thing is that, like, you kind of seen that with Jimmy too, and that was kind of hampering them too. And like I was kind of like, not wanting to say that it was, but it kind of, now that you see it, and in hindsight you kind of see how it was kind of hampering them, because he does make the defense, be more honest, you know what I mean? Because he does open it up early. And I love the fact that they're not going away from Josh Jacobs, that they'll give him, the, 10, 15 carries, and it don't matter if he's, averaging 2.2 yards a carry. They keep up with him, and they know that he's the type of running back that's going to, break one. That is, because guys are not going to want to be tackling them in the late third quarter, fourth quarter. So I think I love that they stick with Josh Jacobs throughout the game, man, and make that a part of their game plan and don't go away from it.
Right.
Yep.
Right. And then I think he took over in the second half. I think in the first half he didn't really have a lot of yardage, and even the head coach AP kind of meant he kind of mentioned he mentioned pretty much that like we need to get the ball to Josh Jacobs, and I think he made that clear. And obviously we seen that he took over in the second half. He had a couple of big runs. Like you said, Gabe, he needs to protect the ball, but he knows that that's going to get better. I think this game is going to be huge. If the Raiders are going to find a way to win this game, he needs to take over, because this offense, this is the number one offense in the league, and they got features everywhere.
Brother. Salute.
So I was looking up.
They're the number one offense in everything. Everything.
Number one pass offense, number 4 in rushing, and number 1 in points
third downs, fourth down, points.
No, it's just
everything.
We're gonna have to keep the ball away from their offense with our running game. Try to control the time of possession as much as we can.
Hey, before we move on to their offensive, the whole Miami Madden team, I want to, kind of transition, because this is shit that we're talking about. SoCal Sal said that Pierce brought the spirit back to the team, and Circus was saying Bobo's play calling, I like that, Bobo's play calling was refreshing. The offense looked more fluid and consistent movement and adjustments. Fast as fuck. Tug was beastie. Yep, for sure. One more shout out to Jack Henna. I know he put it up in the chat. Jack Henna and OG. OG is one of the first guys that let me on one of the first lives I've ever did. Shout out OG. Jack Henna, the Chronics of the Black Hole. They're going to be going live tomorrow, so make sure you guys go over there, go subscribe to them and stuff like that. They will be live tomorrow. 4:30.
Bring OG back. Bring OG back.
Bring OG back, bro. Yeah, we need to see OG, man. Shout out OG, man.
Coming out of retirement.
Coming out of retirement. There you go.
Like I was telling, I'm sorry, Lo. Like I was telling Dolphins for Life on Holly's show. He talk about all this speed and shit like that. I coach against teams that have a lot of speed. So much speed, you're supposed to lose 70-0. But the thing that gets speed is if you contain it, and speed ain't gonna work if you get punched in the fucking mouth.
Yeah,
Let me tell you that. You ain't want to go run fast anymore because you're looking for that dude.
Starts with the quarterback.
I don't want to get hit. I don't want to get hit like that.
That's one of my big keys for this week. Our front four has to play out of their mind.
Ooh, they got it. And guess what? They have though. They have. Man.
Exactly. I was saying, like, our most important thing, I think, is the trenches. Like, our offensive line and our defensive line are going to, I think, be the biggest part if we win this game. Like, if our defensive line, plays lights out and we get to Tua, and then our offensive line, opens holes enough, for Josh Jacobs, and Josh Jacobs going to do some plays on his own as well. But if the offensive line can play good enough to, give Josh Jacobs another game, like, even his last, just like we said, just hold on to the ball. That's it. But have anything close to like what he was last game, we could.
I ain't got no love. You ain't got no love for that.
We could get this game for sure, dog. Because this, I think we're the type of team that, like the way that we have to win. If we do execute it right, that's the type of team that kind of, will give Miami type problems, because we're a run team that kind of keeps their offense off the field. You know what I mean? And we're gonna try to, keep the quarterback, as efficient as possible, and just keep moving the chains, dog. You know what I mean? And then the way our defense is playing right now, it's gonna be a test for them. But I think we're up for the task, bro, for sure. I think we're up for the task this weekend, especially because I think we're coming in on a high, bro. And not everybody plays good coming off of a bye. Not everybody, like I was saying yesterday, not everybody's a Andy Reid coach team. You know what I mean? A lot of teams struggle off the bye. So we'll see how Miami comes up off the bye.
Speaking about that speed, next gen stats, they have this stat where they have the fastest ball carriers. And so far in this NFL season, number 1, Tyreek Hill, Miami Dolphin. Number 2, Davon Achane, I don't know if I'm
A
pronouncing it
chain.
correct.
I just say A chain.
A chain. We'll call him Devon A chain. Number 2. Number 3, Devon A chain. Number 4, Tyreek Hill. Number 5, Raheem Mostert. All of these players play for the Miami Dolphins.
Yeah.
All of them. Hey, how do you feel about the Jack Jones acquisition?
I love it, bro.
Yeah.
I
love it, man. High reward, low risk, high reward.
Yeah.
exactly what I
And
said.
and the reason why I like it
Man,
too,
what's up, bro?
and I got to look into this, and maybe you guys can speak to this a little bit. Pierce knows him better than anybody.
Yep.
He knows him. He knew him since high school, coached him in college, and now he gets to coach him in the pros. And I want to see, has he had off-field issues when he coached Jack Jones? I'm not sure he has. I think all of the off-field issues happen
After.
or when he wasn't coached by Pierce. Because I think he went to USC, then he transferred to Arizona State, and that's where Pierce, took over. And then obviously he coached him in high school, and then obviously he's coaching him now. And bro, like, hey, you seen that pick 6 he had against Aaron Rodgers, man? That was nice, bro. He got,
Shout out to Mom, bro.
and it's coming at a perfect time because you got Amik Robertson. I think he's dealing with a concussion. Obviously, our cornerback room could improve. So I like the Jack Jones, man. It's like I said, high reward, low risk, high reward, man.
Yeah. He can't.
I'm pretty sure that Pharaoh's not wearing a red hat. That's a black hat with a red light on it.
It's actually red, bro. It's
oh, my bad.
It's burgundy. It's wine. It's Ron Burgundy. It's Ron Burgundy.
There you go. Ron Burgundy. I like that.
It's cognac. Cognac color.
There you go. Cognac. There you go. There you
go. More liquor color. That's
I like
change it up every now and then, man.
I like our team right now, the way we're playing. Like even the fucking defensive tackles are playing, good. Like you said, they have been playing out of their mind. Like, Adam Butler, Jenkins, even, Nichols and, fucking just all of these guys have been playing, good in the middle. And you even see Kuntz. You even see Kuntz emerging, bro. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, I just like the way our front four is starting to get after. And I think that's going to play the biggest role, man. If we can get after Tua and not allow him to use those fast guys on the edges and get to him before they can get open, bro, I think it's going to be, we're going to force him to make some throws. And I think we're going to be able to get our hands on him, man. I could see us, probably getting a turnover or two in this game. I just think that it's going to be up to the way our front four plays.
I mean,
the thing about the Dolphins too is that they don't get turnovers. They don't produce turnovers. They're one of the least, with this badass secondary they got. They're one of the bottom, and you can check it out. Low or Pharaoh, you got all that stuff in front of you. I think they got way less than us. I'm surprised. We got 10 interceptions. We had 6 total turnovers last year.
I think they give up 100 or more yards rushing too. No, they give up 100 or more rushing yards a game too.
Yeah,
if I'm not mistaken. So it's like I think
they rushed double that though.
Oh yeah,
they rushed double that.
And they maybe got A-Chain coming back this week. I mean, he's still iffy. He's coming back. They just activated him for from that 21-day window for the because they activated him off the IR. So he's practicing, but like they're still gonna see if they activate him for a week. They haven't activated him officially.
Most are questionable too.
Yeah, they're both questionable, but we'll see if they both might go though.
This is a game where this is a game where the front four needs to get after this quarterback because he's a one read type of guy, and on top of that, man, like we got to tackle.
Yeah.
Yes.
Tackle. If we miss a tackle on this team, they taking it to the house.
Yes, because that's what they're very deadly at. Like more than the deep ball, sometimes it's those little fucking hitch patterns or hitch routes, little slant, and they take it to the house. You know what I mean? It's like because they're that quick, so you can't miss tackles, bro. You can't be. And then the way sometimes that we've been trying to go for that big hit, like Ja'Cory Bennett last week, and you've seen it multiple times with like Peters and shit like that. So it's like We got to even Spillane sometimes, as good as he's been playing, you can see that sometimes too. Like, and we have to wrap up. You know what I mean? I about that. Tillery too. Tillery's been playing good too.
Yeah, he played well last game, and especially against the run, because that's kind of been his weakness his whole career, is against the run. But Spillane, I agree with you too, because one of the biggest thing I had on him was the fact that every time he tried to make a tackle, they just bounce off him. Like, I was like, man, he never wraps up, but he's been playing well. And I'm not gonna lie, man, I much respect to Spillane, man. Dude, breaks his hand during the game, keeps playing, has surgery the next day. Yep. Yeah, and there's a video breaking that whole thing down too as well, the injury. Y'all should check that out if y'all haven't seen it. But that same week goes and plays, and I think Diablo was out against the Giants. And like if Masterson. So we were hoping and praying that Spillane could go, and he did. He showed up, played, and obviously the week later, watched it live in person. This dude came up big for his team, man. Spillane, he's a Raider, bro. That dude's a Raider.
Hey, Deloney, his money says pretty much right. Says, yeah, we need to limit the yards after catch. We can't miss any tackles out there. And there's a couple other things that I wanted to put up right here. Vic, shout out Vic, bro. He said good things that when you guys were talking earlier about the speed of the guys, you know what I mean? Vic said good thing it's not a fucking race. Well, I said fucking, but it's not a race, it's a football game. So that's one thing right there. And
it matters, bro. It matters, bro, but the way they do things is that they when they're in space is when they do their work. Yeah. So our safeties need to watch. Don't let nothing get past them, because that's what they live and die for.
And that's scheme.
As far as receivers, as far as receivers, and then they go underneath.
And much like I hate KC, but we got to take a play out of their book from what they did 2 weeks ago. You know what I mean? So I'm pretty sure that they're looking at how they kind of contained them 2 weeks ago. Even though Miami still had their say so in the second half of that game, but you know what I mean? It's just like you gotta kind of sometimes kind of see those games, and you know what I mean. I do Miami. I think I have enough respect for McDaniel. The two is that I hate even saying that fool's name because it sounds too much like our old one, but he's you know what I mean. I still think he's gonna make adjustments, of course, from 2 weeks ago, but it's like you gotta like kind of try to take a page out of like KC's book 2 weeks ago, and it was a lot of pressure, getting a lot of pressure on Tua, and making him make some tough throws. He kind of like short arm throws when because he's still aware of that shit, bro. Like he don't want to take that hit. He knows that he's one big hit away, you know what I mean, from maybe being out of the league, you know what I mean. So it's like he'll short arm a throw or two if you get some pressure in his face. So like I think that that's why the front four is gonna play. Like I keep saying it, but I think he's gonna play big time, dog, because that's why he's gonna make a couple of those throws, and I think we're gonna take advantage on a couple of those throws, and we're gonna get a couple of turnovers.
No, facts. We got to make them hold the ball. We got to get rid of that first read. And man, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little concerned about this game because it's an East Coast. It's a 10 a.m. start East Coast game. We know the Raiders have struggled in the past. No matter what coach is back there. No matter
another thing. Talking about that, Farrell, what do you think about him keeping them home? You know what I mean, for the whole week and taking a different approach and not flying them out early to the East Coast to try to get acclimated to the time.
I'm not mad at it, and I heard that they've had earlier practices. So like if they were on the East Coast, it would match up on the time that they would be taking. I guess to get their bodies used to it. I'm not mad at it because at the end of the day, every coach that's come in here, they've tried everything. They've tried going there early, staying out there. They've tried everything, and the Raiders it's been an issue for a long time. I mean, it's at the end of the day, football is a game of inches, and like when one team has jet lag, that lack of energy could be the difference in the game. Hopefully, it's not like that this week, but that's one of the things I'm concerned about is the 10 a.m. start, and on top of that, the Dolphins are coming off a bye week, and Mike McDaniel, he's a great offensive-minded coach, and you guys just talked about how they do a good job of putting their players in space. And that's the key. When they put their players in space, and we're talking about top 5 fastest ball carriers are Miami Dolphins, that's not a great recipe for the Raiders.
And Jalen Waddle ain't slow. And Jalen Waddle's not slow.
No. This guy ain't slow at all.
Yeah. So they got speed everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do, man. They do.
It's gonna go crazy.
They get slapped in the damn face with that speed and get clipped up. They ain't gonna want to do it no more, Pharaoh.
There's gonna be a lot of bounce. There's gonna be a lot of bounce back this game. A lot of the shit that we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to bounce back, because I'm not gonna put it past them, man. They're a scoring machine, bro. Like they're schemed up right. You know what I mean? I'm not saying I'm not gonna say this about my team, but you know, I have to. But fuck it. Bottom line is that like the tier of players that we got, it's gonna have to be more scheme ready and more reaction than the tier of players of what they got on the opposite side of the ball as far as offense is concerned. The defense is whack to me. You know what I mean? I don't see anybody really over there. You know what I mean? So personally, like,
they got some guys.
Yeah, well, Howard, right? They still got Xavier Howard? No, they don't.
They got Xavier Howard. They got Jalen Ramsey. They got some guys on the D line. You know,
Ramsey, man, DA's gonna cook Ramsey. Come on, bro. Like you already know that. Renfro cook Ramsey. But like overall though, like I just think our defense, the way we've been playing and the way we're gonna have to play for each other, it's gonna have to be more of a scheme and more of a pressure up front with the 4. In order for them to get slower in the backfield, you know what I mean? Because you need to have Tua with his eyes not looking downfield. You know what I'm saying? You need to have him looking where he needs to go.
Right.
And maybe a spy over the top. See how it runs. But
yeah, we all pretty much
be a lot of adjustments.
We need him looking up the fucking sky down on the ground.
No, I think we all agree that the front 4 got to be a big part of this game. And I like what Gravy said earlier when he said we got to hit him in the mouth. And how do you hit him in the mouth? You run the ball and you hit the quarterback. That's a great way to enforce your physicality in the game. And against a finesse team like the Dolphins, come on, bro. Like we got to make this game ugly. Every game the Raiders have won has been ugly, except for the Giants game. The Giants game was our complete game. We blew them out. But
Gravy said he wanted him to be looking at the sky, fucking throwing up gang signs.
Well, Mike said that.
Man, I didn't catch that.
I said he needs to be looking at the sky. I ain't that disrespectful, bro.
Oh man, I feel like someone's gonna repost that. Someone's gonna repost it.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be Pharaoh.
Good old Mike G. Good old Mike G.
Shout out Mike G, bro.
That's hilarious.
You miss all these. Don't you recognize all these names that we still got there, Pharaoh? All of them happy to see you, brother.
Hey, man, I appreciate everybody coming through, man. I appreciate the support, man. Still got love for everybody, man. Raider Nation, man. I want to link up with y'all for a game, man. That's the one thing I've been to a couple of games. I haven't really seen a lot of people.
Trying to get to that Minnesota game, December 10th.
Minnesota game? Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna go to the Minnesota game and the Chargers game. I just made a decision. I'm not gonna be able to do both, so I'm going to the Thursday night game. So
the Chargers game?
Yeah, Chargers game.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna get in there Wednesday, and I'll come back Saturday. So
okay.
Yeah, so we'll be there. I'll be there with the Arkham. I know the guys can't make it. I know Gabe. I was trying to get Gabe and both of them to go, but Art.
Yeah, I'll be there 4 days.
Cool dude. He's a homie and shit.
All right.
He went to LA with us. He's been like around shit like that. Good dude, but he's gonna be out there. So
that's a solid game. The Chargers game, but usually that Thursday game is so ugly because it's like it's a short week and stuff like that. But
yeah,
it's a weird like.
I went to the Rams game last year. It fucking was horrible. Fucking
yeah. But you know what's funny? When you watch your team live in person, and especially if they win, it's the best game all time because you feel the energy of the team.
Oh yeah. Every
play you're into it, but when you're watching at home, it's a whole different experience. You see everything. You're like, oh, this is an ugly game. It's kind of boring, whatever. But you still hope your team wins. But it's crazy.
I would say he's gonna be there for the Vikings.
I'll go to LA and watch a game.
Vikings game. Okay.
They don't show nothing about the Raiders.
Too, bro.
Yeah.
The Vikings game in Las Vegas or in Minnesota?
Vegas.
Okay.
on the
Yeah,
10th.
now we go to Minnesota right now. Shoot,
I could go to Minnesota. I have
tropical, brother. You know, we're all tropical out here, bro.
Hey, Gabe be traveling though. Gabe be traveling.
My cousin lives out there. Like, it would be cheaper for me probably to go to a Vikings game. I'll be able to have fucking house and everything. You know what I mean? Fucking,
yeah, you just have to get the flight.
Fucking some snow, bro. You're gonna be coming out like an Eskimo.
My cousin trains out there. He trains he's a boxing trainer out there.
Hey, Gabe, I'm trying to go to that Titans game. Whenever they play the Titans, probably next year or something like that.
You're in Minnesota right now.
Shit.
I'm down.
I heard some things.
I am down.
You try to get on Amazon and get a Raider snowsuit on Amazon to try to
Raider snowsuit.
They don't make that shit.
That's crazy.
And I think they finished the season against Denver. So that's gonna be a home game.
Yeah,
too.
that's gonna be a to be determined. Yeah,
we got 2 away games with on Christmas and New Year's with the Chiefs on Christmas and the Colts on New Year's.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Away, both away games, and then we get our last game of the season in against Denver at home.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, man. It's nothing better than going to the game and watching your team play. Like it could be the ugliest game, and you'll be hella into it. You'll be like every hit, every big play, whatever play. Because it was funny. Like when I was watching the game in person, I'm thinking, man, this is an exciting game. Mm-hmm. Like, man, Jacobs, they found a way to win. But then I'm watching the game over.
Johnson,
and you hear everybody talking about it too and shit. Like you're like everybody's saying, yeah, it was a boring game, but we got it.
No, it's not even that. I watched the game over. Like when I got to the house, I'm watching the game over. I'm like, God, this game was boring. Like,
oh yeah, you got Chris Collinsworth fucking calling the game.
Yeah,
that's a little bad. It's better than Mark Sanchez, bro. No, they're about the same. No.
Gravy don't like Chris Collinsworth, but his mom even made him apologize. His mom made him apologize because
she was watching the show, man. Shout out,
she was watching the show.
Gravy.
Pharaoh, my mom was so upset with me the way I was talking about Chris Collinsworth on a show after the game.
Why?
She made
because I was.
No, he did.
No, I said that Chris Collinsworth never. Those of us that remember watching Chris Collinsworth play football, is that he was a wide receiver, the only one out there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, besides like McConkey and and what's his name that plays for the 49ers, his dad, but he was later. But
those days
he didn't do shit. He didn't do shit. He gets all these accolades and things. And then what upset me the most is that my mom got upset. Is that you said, oh, he was a white dude. I don't want you talking like that. I go, I haven't talked to my mom in a month, and that's the first thing she says to me. You gotta go. You gotta go on there and apologize.
Hey, does he own Pro Football Focus? Or is he one of the owners? Like
Chris Collinsworth, I think he is.
Talking like that, yeah.
Something to that effect.
Yeah. Is in love with every quarterback except for the Raiders quarterback.
Except for Aiden. Aiden's over here.
Herbert, for sure.
Aiden's over here throwing dimes. He's over here scoring touchdowns. He scored a touchdown. Oh, there's 58 seconds left in the game. There's 58 seconds left in the game, and this guy has Zach Wilson and says, "Watch out." There's 58 seconds left in the game. Like he's freaking Brent Favre or something. And
they haven't scored in 35.
The dude hasn't even scored a touchdown in 42 fucking drives. Watch out. He has 58 seconds and something's going to happen. I feel it in my bones.
Man.
I'm over here, dude.
Bro, Herbert could throw an interception and he'll still be like, but did you see the sip on that ball?
How his throwing motion was so
sidearm, just like Mahomes. Like,
y'all know what it is.
Zach Williams is just like Mahomes.
Y'all know what it is, man.
Nothing about Aiden. Nothing about Aiden.
I swear to God, I thought I heard him call him Farva, bro.
Farva.
They're like Farva O'Connell. I mean, Aiden O'Connell. No.
Nah, Aiden, man. Hey, so let's talk about Aiden. Let's talk about Aiden, man, because I think that he's played pretty solid the last two games. He hasn't played perfect. The last game it was cool, solid game. He has some throws where you be like, but then there's a little bit of. Do you guys think that he could be the future starter of the Raiders, at least next season?
at the moment right now, I see where you're going with it. Like going to the next season and seeing that stuff right now, I want to see him play good against. He's getting better every single game. I want to see him get better because he played a great game. I want to say a great game. He played a good game against a great defense. You know what I mean? So this right here is going to be another one of those games for him to establish himself, to become that place. You know what I mean? Because it will be cheaper for us, but even though the cap is going up moving forward, right? But then it's also thinking about who we're gonna draft. Are we gonna have to give up draft capital so we can move up to get the quarterback that we want? Who's gonna be the coach? So that's why I kind of really don't want to see it going further. But when we picked him up, Gravy, I was like, who the fuck is Aiden O'Connell? Gravy pointed him out to me because I don't watch college ball, bro. Like, I'm not gonna lie, you know what I mean? And right. I'm not trying to say that I'm the most knowledgeable about anything, but like I just love learning and whatever. So right. Gravy told me, he goes, he makes NFL throws. I don't care. That's the main thing that a quarterback is supposed to do. Everybody wants this Lamar Jackson, all this stuff. The position is quarterback. You're supposed to make throws in the NFL. Corner throws, fade throws, deep balls. That's your position. I don't care if you can run a 4-4. I don't give a shit. So for him to just play the position that he's going to play, I think he's efficient enough for us, just in case we don't go. But these next 7 games, you know what I mean? Obviously, these 2, you know what I mean? He's shown so far he's winning. You know what I mean? He's 2-1 total. So if he can get that another 4, you know what I mean? He's going to be 6-4. You know what I mean? What would be 6-4? Yeah, he'll be 6-3. He'll be 6-3 as a quarterback if we get that 4 out of the 7. Shit, maybe even get that the 5. So I think he's going to grow. I don't know if he's going to be the future, but I know he's our quarterback now, and I'm backing him, bro. Like regardless, you know what I mean. So that's my take on it.
I mean, it's at this point because I think with the 5 wins are kind of like taking us out of like those top guys. So I think it's for sure it's going to depend. A lot of it depends on what the next 5 games. But I like how he's smart, man. He's a smart quarterback. That's one thing that that you can't take for granted in quarterbacks, because a lot of these quarterbacks can have the other things, but you know what I mean, when they don't have it up here, you know what I mean, and they can't read offenses or read defenses and stuff like that. It really, a lot of the times it's like it's for nothing, you know what I mean? Because and what I've seen from him in the last 2 games, I love that is pre-snap. That's something that you know what I mean. I actually really like about him. Now it's I think the really thing that you guys got, the things that we got to watch. I think for coming out, the rest of the season is like his footwork in the pocket. You know what I mean, and just like being able to just develop more chemistry with DA and stuff like that, and make keep making these throws, bro, and just being efficient, at this point, because that's what you want to see out of a rookie quarterback. You know what I mean? Because you're gonna I think you'll eventually see him grow, with his sophomore year and stuff like that, especially with the whole other off season, and get more acclimated with Bo if that's who they decide to keep. You know what I mean? But I like Aiden too, man. I like his pre-snap, but I would love just to see I just like it. All I really do, my biggest criticism on him right now is his footwork, maybe in the pocket. You know what I mean? That's about it. Because I like how, but he did make a good throw on that touchdown throw. He kind of got out of it. He kind of moved to the side where he needed to, and made the throw that he needed to. So
he had a nice throw to Devontae too. He had a nice one to Devontae. Yeah, he kind of anticipated.
A couple of nice throws.
Yep, he had a few more throws.
He makes great throws. He makes really good throws.
Yeah, from the first game to this game, you see that growth too, and if you could continue to see that, I think for sure, man. I think we can. If you can just try to build around him, he already has weapons right now. Now, if you can build a better line around him and stuff like that, I think he can succeed, man. I think he could be one of those kind of like what Purdy's doing right now, and then you build a solid defense. You know what I mean? You got a good foundation right now. Let's and just develop these guys, man. But I like Aiden. I like Aiden, man, especially if we continue, to move in the direction we're moving right now.
Yeah, man.
Man, I'll be smoking on that fire, bro. So I'm a little delusional. You know what I'm saying? So
a lot of us, I know all of us know Stuart Schreiger, and I watched the show Stu had, and anybody that went to Purdue, Stu knows about a lot, And then one thing he said, his story, how he met, Aiden. But the thing that got me that he said was there's been a plethora of quarterbacks that went to Purdue that are really good quarterbacks that played in the NFL. And all of us know the main one is Drew Brees. And this kid, his percentage accuracy, completion percentage is tops over Drew Brees when he was in college. He topped him. So that means this kid was accurate. And then that's what Stu said. And he didn't look, he was just a little boy when, Stu knew him, but he was an 8th-string quarterback or something like that. But if anybody, what Stu says about him is that said he's a respectful, good kid, has a good head on his shoulders. You go to school for that long, you better be smart, shit. You know what I mean? But the thing is that you want a guy. It looks like he's out there reading the defense. He's out there knowing what's going on. Yeah. What linebacker's gonna come out there? Telling these guys, you didn't see that shit from the other guys. No, you didn't see that shit from Garoppolo. Just run a play. So he was so far up this guy's system's ass. It's like, but this guy's over here changing stuff, moving around. Hey, watch this blitz right here. Double team, stretch, do something. Move your hands and get in there. And then of Aiden he's still developing. And that's why I think him and Bo are working so good together because Bo worked with him. Bo really didn't work with Garoppolo. Garoppolo pretty much knows everything about the NFL passing, the motions, the footwork and all that. He's developing this kid. That's why they made the decision. I think he's ready. Right. They didn't throw his ass out there. He's ready. Bo was about he was ready. Yeah. And then I found out that Mostert went to Purdue too. So shit, I didn't even know that.
Yep. So Vic has a question.
Mostert, does he? Running back for Miami. He went to Purdue too.
Yeah, I was going to add this too as well. I kind of like what AP said after the press conference. I don't know if it was after the Jets or Giants game, where he pretty much said we're all rookies, and that was in reference to himself as a rookie head coach, and in reference to Bo, rookie OC, and then reference to the quarterback, all rookies. It has made me think that they're all kind of tied together, and they believe the coaching staff really believes in Aiden O'Connell, and you know who really believes in Aiden O'Connell? Devontae Adams. I think this team believes in Aiden O'Connell, which is very interesting too as well. It's like this team really believes in Aiden O'Connell. I think that was part of, we're not going to name his name anymore, but that was part of his downfalls because he was starting guys like Brian Hoyer and obviously continuing to start Jimmy G because he's an egomaniac. He doesn't want to admit that when he was wrong, but it is what it is, man. But yeah, that's what I want to say, man. I think Aiden O'Connell, he needs to. He's kind of in the same boat with AP and a lot of these guys here, is that they need to finish out the season. They got plenty of games left. We don't know for sure. I like what you said, Dirty Low. I kind of agree with you, man. It's still, we're not 100% sure right now at this point. And once the season completes, we'll have a good idea if this is going to be the guy moving forward. If we go to the playoffs with Aiden O'Connell, that means he played pretty good football.
Yeah, sure.
But another side to me is like, man, this draft has QBs left and right. How do the Raiders pass on the QB? I think we still
will. Even if he does good, I don't think we will. But let's be seen because shit. What if we can get say top 4, top maybe 5 quarterback? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Behind O'Connell. Him grow with O'Connell, because you guys got to remember, O'Connell's a little seasoned, you know what I mean? He's not just this young rookie coming straight out of college, you know what I'm saying? He has a couple years on him, you know what I'm saying? Don't let the young face fool you, you know what I'm saying? That like he's a little bit older, like, you know what I mean? He's lived a little bit, so he has that about it. Huh?
He's older than Zach Wilson.
Was that the only thing that Chris Collingwood said good about ALC? No, he's older than him. So.
You know what? That's a good question, Zach Wilson. Let's see.
Yeah. So I just think, bro, like him being a little bit more seasoned, that's why he has that poise. You know what I'm saying? And he had a fucking scratch for everything that he.
How old is Aiden? Aiden O'Connell?
26, I think.
25.
25 or 26.
So Aiden is 25 years old, and Zach Wilson is 24.
Yeah, because that's one thing that Collingwood brought up. He's like, Aiden's older than Zach Wilson.
Yeah, and he's a rookie. This is his rookie year. So, yeah. Hey, shout out to Vic. We'll run this question real quick, and then we'll get out of here, guys. It says,
I think we need to protect him. And ain't nobody gonna like this. Just like I said last year, Farrell was arguing with me too. We should protect this kid. So we gotta get 2 offensive linemen for the kid.
So what do you think about the possibility of coming out? What?
I do like that type of thing though for this next upcoming year. We do gotta strengthen our line, bro. Like we do. I think that is one thing we do have to strengthen. So because I think we're good in other facets of the game, and I think we build enough. We drafted enough other guys. I think now it's time to develop those type of guys. You know what I mean? So because we got a lot of guys that are still haven't even hit the field, like Byron Young, and guys like that. You know what I mean? That Nesta Jade, which last week AP talked about it because the guys in front of them are kind of making it hard for them to get on the field. So, but we still got a lot of young guys. I think there. So I think it wouldn't be out of the realm, and I wouldn't be mad one bit if we go out and try to go get a high draft pick in a offensive lineman or something like that, bro. Because if we do end up keeping O'Connell, he's not too much of a mobile quarterback. That's one thing we do know for sure. So we are going to need to build a good line around him for sure. You know what I mean? Keep him upright and make him make those throws that he is, because he is accurate. So, as long as we could keep him clean, and we could build a good line around him, I think he has enough weapons that he can succeed with a good line. You know what I mean? With a better line. I mean, right now we're not. I think it's decent though too. Right now we've been, the last 2 games we've seen it. I mean, especially even with Colton Miller out this last game. You know what I mean? He played. It was still overall not that bad of a game against a top 5 defense, a top 5 defense in the league. You seen the stat that they put up on Monday night? Shit, most Herbert, Hurts, Mahomes, all of those guys. You know what I mean? Against that defense, didn't have a good game. You know what I mean? And Aiden had a game comparable to those guys.
Better.
So yeah, exactly. So it's like I like Aiden, man. I like Aiden's chances of keeping this job, but it's like along with everybody else, like Bo, AP, Champ, him. You know what I mean? It's their job to lose, man, because they started off good right now. So they starting off with 1 foot in the door. You know what I mean? Like they say, 1 foot in the door. Now it's just, you know what I mean? It's I don't even think it's playing out of your mind and being an elite quarterback. Now it's just showing us that you can succeed with this team, man. It's just this team. I like the heart that we've shown the last 2 games. Dog. I think we're gonna make a run, dog. We're gonna make a run. I feel it.
I think with Aiden though, man, I think the one thing that you mentioned is that the lack of his mobility. It's just. That's the one thing that I kind of looked at. And when he got drafted, I didn't like is the fact that, like, man, we look at the NFL right now. Is there a starting quarterback right now that's not mobile?
Kirk Cousins
is probably you just named one.
Aiden O'Connell.
and now it's just, and Aiden O'Connell and Kirk Cousins is hurt, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I'm saying?
I was gonna say Aiden O'Connell.
Yeah, Aiden O'Connell is the only
backups. Oh, exactly. We can't move.
Exactly. You can't move, man.
Ryan Hoyer.
Man, and
but he makes up with it with accuracy.
Yeah. Possibly. You know what I mean? And I think, but I think that no matter what, I think we should draft a quarterback. No matter what, we should draft a quarterback. It's not. Hey, if the best player on the board is a quarterback. Are you not going to take him?
Yep.
Yeah, if he's available, if it's a guy that that I feel comfortable with, yeah, for sure.
It's such a big risk, Farrell.
It's a big risk to take a quarterback.
It's a big risk. Yeah.
Like how early would you take
I think more along the lines what we really, really need, and I think we needed to address last year was defensive line, defensive tackle, or a solid Judon, Micah Parsons type fucking defensive end / linebacker. Those are the two things that we've needed, bro, like for a while. You know what I mean? So it's like if we can find somebody like that, or a solid right tackle, or a solid guard, you know what I mean? Top tier level type guys, because to match with Colton Miller, because Colton Miller he's getting a little longer too. You know what I mean? These longer seasons next year, you know what I mean? He's getting a little banged up. You know what I mean? He wasn't here next year, so that depending on which direction we're going, if we're gonna really, really say, hey, we're gonna get a young quarterback and then let him run around and do what the fuck he got to do, earn his stripes, cool. You know what I mean? But look at Richardson. Richardson, man, he's built different. This, that, and the third. He turned around thinking that he was gonna be another RG3, but RG3 was a smaller version of him. He got banged up and he's out for the season. You know what I'm saying? So it is a little different to put just a rookie quarterback in. It's very rare that you're going to have a CJ Stroud type situation. You know what I mean? That's
Stroud don't run around everywhere.
But what I'm saying is very rare that you're going to have that. But he has the option to. He's way more mobile than Aiden. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but barely.
Right.
By a little bit.
Right, just by a little bit, but yeah, no, by a lot of it. Come on, bro. Come on, that's CJ Stroud, bro. That boy can move, man.
He's just accurate too. I mean, he's.
I think the next two games though are going to show us if I think we're going to find out sooner rather than later, because these next two games are like, you know, make or break. Because we lose these next two games, I mean, we could end the season even, you know, undefeated, and it's still going to be real tough to make the playoffs. You know what I mean? It's like because we're losing to teams that are, you know, kind of in front of us too. So it's like, but I think the next two games, you know, just even the way he performs, you know what I mean? It's gonna tell us a lot if he's going to be ready and be able to be, you know, considered even in our future. You know what I mean? So I think that's why they gave him the job for the rest of the season, to find that out.
Yeah. To be honest, you could probably say the same thing for AP as well. Like if he gets blown out by the Chiefs, that's the game where Mark Davis gets pissed off.
Oh yeah.
Where he gets pissed off when the Chiefs come into town and the Raiders get blown out like Bisaccia did. You know, I know you guys mentioned that before, where Bisaccia got blown out against the Chiefs. That could have been his downfall.
That's not happening.
Yeah, because at the end of the season, when you're evaluating, you know, if you want to keep him or not, those are the games that you're going to be kind of circling. You know what I mean? The Chargers game, the Chiefs, the two Chiefs game. You know what I mean? Like those especially thing, because those are division games. You know what I mean? You know that they have the extra little animosity towards those type of teams. So it's like those are the games where you're going to be judged a lot more. So they leave more of a bad taste in your mouth if, you know, you get blown out by one of those teams.
A best case scenario is we win enough to at least make a threat to make the playoffs or make the playoffs. We bring back AP and most of this coaching staff. I know that could probably be, I don't know, it might go either way. At least Patrick Graham. And if Bo, and someone in the chat called him Bobo, if he coaches a pretty good offense these last few games, bring him back, because I'm a big believer in having a solid foundation and keeping it consistent, because that consistency breeds success. And I think if we can, so if we can build off this, best case scenario, instead of blowing it up, going with a different coach, going with a different regime, because we know what that looks like. That's basically starting over. That basically means rebuild.
Exactly.
So I think, and Mark Davis, he wants to win. He's paying all these coaches $100 million to leave. And you know what I'm saying? Like he wants this to work out. I don't think he's going to make the same mistake twice if Pierce proves that he could coach a winning football team.
Yeah.
And Aiden, that goes with Aiden too as well, man. If Aiden balls out, he's going to get an opportunity to come back next year and compete for that starting job. I still think that we should grab a quarterback, man. If this is a good draft to grab a quarterback, I think, hey, it's not a bad thing that if we're still looking for our franchise quarterback, to go draft one at some point in the draft. I know you guys mentioned the first round, maybe we get the top defensive player, maybe we get someone on the offensive line. I'm not mad at that. But maybe at that second round happens and we best player available as a quarterback, you wouldn't grab one?
Oh yeah, no.
I'll move up back in the first and get one.
Yeah, it all depends on who's gonna actually be here and whatever whatnot. That's yet to see. Like if we're gonna keep AP and go from that point, then it's gonna be like, all right, best player available. Because no matter what, we need offensive line, we need a quarterback. At the moment, we don't. I feel, but like, there's nothing wrong with having more. I don't want to pay the $20 million, $30 million that we're going to be putting out for Hoyer and what's the name. I'd rather have another quarterback, $10 million. Yeah, don't get me started on that shit. But you know what I'm saying? But it's like, I don't want to be paying all that, right? Well, not us, but like the Raiders will be doing that because we can be focusing that money on getting a star player over here on the defensive side of the ball. There's going to be some free agents that we might want to move a couple draft picks and do that to bolster up the defense. You know what I'm saying? Because Merrick's actually playing pretty good. You got to remember, we might have to pay him. Epps might not be here next year. I think he's only on a year contract. So there's a lot of different positions that we need to fill before we get there. And one of the things that I like about Champ Kelly is Champ Kelly was a part or was in the building when they drafted a Fields, when they got Khalil Mack from us and grabbed all those players. You know what I mean? So he's going to have, you know what I mean, his eye on some good players moving up. So I think it's going to be more along the lines. We don't need a superstar quarterback. We just need an effective quarterback for whatever they're going to build and however they're going to build the team in whose image. So that's all depending on the fact if AP stays or he goes. You know what I mean?
So you would be proud if you were Champ Kelly that how the Bears are right now?
That's coaching. He gave them a lot of good players. Hey, they got assets.
A lot of good players, bro.
I will say the Bears got assets, man. They what, 2 first round
picks? A lot of
fucking
good players, bro.
Top 5 player. Yeah, I mean top 5 draft picks.
That happened last year. Chip Kelly wasn't there.
Yeah, that's true. That's with different regime.
But he was involved in
involved.
And what's his name? And how was he panning out? People are saying he only look at playbooks. He don't watch film. You know, Khalil Mack. He did whatever, but he's gone now. You know, you claim that's your thing. The thing he needs to do right now is he needs to sign. First thing to do, sign Josh Jacobs.
Yeah,
I think I would say this. Like I'm gonna be like Stephen A. says, dog. It's fluid. It's fluid. I think these first 2 weeks, these first 2 weeks have me thinking, you know, he might be the future. But hey, I'm telling you that shit could change on a dime, dog. Like because he can throw 3 picks this weekend or 3 picks next weekend, and I could change my mind just like that. You know what I mean? So it's like, I think it's just like we still have a lot of a lot of football left. You know what I mean? But what I'll see right now out of his first 3 games, I think the first game, you know what I mean? I think he was kind of set up for failure. You know what I mean? But in these last 2 games, they put him in right spots, had him kind of control more of his own game. You know what I mean? And he's kind of kind of thrives in it a little bit. You know what I mean? I wouldn't say he's played, like great football, but he's played efficient when he needs to. He made the play when he needed to. And he's not made that play, like the real bad play to, kind of take him out of the game. You know what I mean? He was kind of driving the ball, last game too, you know what I mean, to kind of put him away. You know what I mean? And that's what I was saying. We kind of, got the, little fumbleitis, but you know what I mean? Yeah. But it was, it was just like he was kind of driving the ball good on that drive, you know what I mean, to kind of put the game away, you know what I mean. So, and that kind of would have made his game even, you know what I mean. Who knows how their stats would have made have been? He might have had 2 touchdowns, you know what I mean. And it's just like, so I just think that he's getting better too, bro. So what I was saying, these first 2 games, I'll say I wouldn't consider a quarterback right now, but like it's a lot. It's gonna be a big thing to think about because, like you said, it's a big draft for quarterbacks, bro. You know what I mean? Just in the first round alone, you can see 4 or 5 of them. You know what I mean? There's Caleb. There's
you can see Garoppolo's out of here.
Yeah,
Hoyer's out here with him.
Yeah, so we're gonna need quarterbacks. You're gonna need we're gonna get a quarterback.
We got the ugliest quarterback room in the NFL, man.
Let's not listen, bro. It's bad. It's bad. It's really bad, bro. It's really bad. But
I like Aiden though. I like Aiden, but Brian Hoyer and Jimmy G is it.
I think we got the least mobile fucking quarterback group in the whole NFL.
Come on, man.
Yeah, for real.
The least fucking
You got the most picks. I'll tell you that.
Yeah,
for sure. No, well,
Hey,
what's his name? Leads the league, no? Well, as a group we do, but
as a
Alan
group,
leads.
Alan now,
Alan-
yeah.
Yeah, Adam took over.
Yeah.
He finally
Well, hey
took
guys,
over.
we're gonna get out of here. But before we get out of here, man, Farrell, thank you for pulling up, bro. And since you're our guest, man, you're always welcome, bro. You already know that. We just gotta work it out. I know you guys do different shows at a different time.
Yep.
We're always live. We're gonna be live tomorrow morning, wake and bake with the homie. Ready, Gay 420. He's doing a wake and bake, right? Yeah. So we're gonna do a wake and bake tomorrow. And then we'll be live.
Hey, side note, not to cut you off. Side note, did y'all hear Snoop Dogg retired from smoking?
Yes.
Yeah. So we're gonna do a memorandum for Snoop tomorrow.
He lying.
We're gonna get some blunts. I'm gonna get some black.
Hey,
you know what? Honestly, the first thing that I came to my mind is like a lot of people are saying, because like maybe his family or he got tired of it. Like I think it could be health issues.
Oh yeah. There's a lot of smoking, but yeah. But we'll talk a little bit about that tomorrow.
I don't think it's because of the smoking, but I think it's probably something that
yeah. Shout out Snoop. Bro.
He's spending more money on that weed than he is Skechers.
At this point, bro.
He don't need money. He don't need no money.
Yeah, he doesn't need no money. Bro. Yeah. But so check us out. So before we take off, bro, like I said, thank you guys. I put your link in the chat, man. Go. Yeah, you guys are up there on about 2,000, 3,000 subscribers, pretty close, or about 1,500, close, something like that. Numbers.
You talking about me?
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Oh yeah, man. I'm trying to get to 4K, man. The road to 4K continues, man. If y'all haven't subscribed to my channel, y'all can see the name on the screen. Pharaoh NFL, PHAROAH NFL, all over social media. But if I really appreciate it, if y'all haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Las Vegas Raiders with Pharaoh NFL, man. Check me out.
Sir. But yeah, we're gonna before we leave, man, because it's you know what I'm saying, we're just gonna give a little what you think, real quick, little whatever you feel the Raiders need to do to win, and the score prediction. Then we'll get out of here.
For me, hey man, I'm gonna piggyback what Gravy said, man. We gotta hit him in the mouth, and the way to do that is we gotta run that ball and we gotta hit the quarterback. This is a finesse team. We can't hang with them. They got too much speed. They've done it week in and week out as far as scoring with the best of them. We seen them drop 70 against Denver. I understand that they've struggled against some teams, but they're coming off a bye week. It's a 10 a.m. game. We can't let them get him space. We can't bring a game of missed tackles against this team because this game can get out of hand quickly. So in my opinion, it gotta be an ugly game, because that's our recipe for success. The Raiders have proven that they can win ugly games, and that's their way of winning this year. Until they could show us other ways. They did show us that complete game against the Giants, but they got to do that more than once for me to say, oh, that's the way the Raiders are going to win. Yeah. So for me, they got to hit them in the mouth, run the ball, hit the quarterback, and final score, I'm going to go 24-21 Raiders. You know, I'm gonna be optimistic. You know, I'm always gonna be rooting for the Raiders. I can't root against them.
Gentlemen, Gravy, Gabe, you know, you guys got the floor.
So I'll go first, though. I think that I've been saying that shit all week too, man. We gotta that front four has to play lights out. They gotta get after Tua. You know what I mean? I think that'll be the biggest. I think that's gonna be like the biggest thing for us to win, because if you could, I think that's gonna cause maybe some turnovers, and especially that run the ball, and then hopefully that opens up the play action, and he can get some more chemistry with Michael Mayer. Hopefully that touchdown gets him looking his way a little bit more, because he's a big target, man, and I think he could play a big role in this offense, bro. So I think run the ball to kind of open up that play action, you know what I mean? And it's kind of been working, it's kind of been working kind of in the opposite, but I think this game, I think we could kind of open up the game and try to play some bully ball. I think we're getting a Colton Miller back, so I think we gotta be nasty out there, man, and be awake. I think that's one of the main things too. Be awake at 10, for the early start, man, and we gotta play with that same energy, bro, and just keep their offense off the field as much as we can. So let's let that time of possession. And final score, I'll say 24, but I'll say 24 for Miami, and I said we'll because I said last earlier in the week, I think we're gonna have to score like 24 minimum or to win. So I'll say it's gonna be a close game, but 27-24.
Okay.
Raiders.
Okay.
We're gonna win. Carlos is going
I like that.
But I think we're gonna run the ball. We're gonna kind of have a drive at the end of the game to where we're gonna not allow their offense to get back on the field, kick a field goal, and win that game.
Just believe, baby. Yes, sir. Gravy, what you got, brother? Talk to me.
I got it. 24-20 Raiders.
Nice.
Okay.
I think our new rejuvenated team is we'll play you anywhere, we'll play you anytime, we'll play anybody.
Okay.
And that's how mine is gonna get smacked down on Sunday.
Dolphin burgers. Yeah. Like, you said it so smooth, bro. Like I don't even want to say nothing, bro. Just like let's say good night, everybody. No, I was playing.
You don't have to, bro. You don't have to.
You ran a WWE promo right now and shit.
No, listen here, brother.
Anytime, any place, anybody. I don't give a shit who it is. We got a new team, man. We got muscle. We got muscle now.
My wife is kicking. So I'm gonna
make big quote from the great Pat Hill from President.
Yeah, I think for sure.
I'm gonna make it simple for us, man. I'm gonna go 21-10. I'm gonna say a couple touchdowns, 2 touchdown passes, 21-10, 2 touchdown passes, and maybe or 2 rushing or 2 touchdowns. 2 passing. I expect this offensive line to kind of come together and control the clock. I expect the defense to really get into some kind of rhythm to where they're going to get them out of rhythm, bro. Keep them off the field. Yeah. I think they're going to do that.
If we hold them to 10 points, we make it into the playoffs. If we hold that offense to 10 points, shit.
Well, this is the thing for me. The defense have been very scrappy. We haven't let a lot of people get away with points on us. One team has got away with points on us, bro. I think keeping them banged up, whatnot, keeping Tua frustrated and not getting nothing going. You know what I mean? I'm not saying they're not going to get no yards. I'm not saying they're not going to get no big runs. I'm saying that keep them going. Keep them from scoring. I don't see a lot of red zone action with these guys. They're gonna have to beat us over the top, but we haven't got beaten over the top a lot this year. That's what a lot of people don't realize. We have not. A lot of the stuff has been under, you know what I mean, because of broken plays, a lot of pick plays that I would see, you know what I mean.
But don't break
speed underneath, you know what I mean.
Haven't fixed that speed though.
Yeah. So that's where I kind of feel like, you know what I mean. We haven't got a lot of stuff over the top, so if we can contain them, I think that's going to be our key. Now, are they going to be on the field a lot? Yeah. But I think there's going to be a little bit of a battle. They're going to get a little nervous. They're going to get rattled, and I think they're not ready for this team. I don't think they're ready for. I don't even think the Raider Nation is actually ready for this defense, and that's where I'm gonna leave it at because I'm excited about.
Hey, serious question, Lo. Is Marcus Peters gonna play 30 or 40 yards off of Tyreek Hill or 50 yards?
He's so good. He's gonna play in the end zone. He's gonna play in the opposite end zone. He's gonna play the sideline, bro.
He's just gonna play on the end zone.
More behind him.
Amik practiced today too.
Amik, okay. So he's off of concussion protocol.
Yeah, he practiced.
That's a good sign.
Exactly. Yeah.
And does Jack Jones?
That's crazy, dog. That's crazy. I thought they were gonna keep him out. I thought the NFL was for sure gonna make that call, and to try to keep him out of this game because the way he hit the ground and the way
he was
laid out for a little bit.
Yeah.
I thought for sure, and we was practicing early this week, Thursday. I thought for sure maybe Friday, afternoon, Saturday morning they'll make that call, but he was on practice already.
Yeah, he was knocked out cold. But do y'all think Jack Jones is gonna make an appearance this game, or
he's gonna do? He's gonna do exactly what Jalen Smith did. Jalen Smith came in and made some plays.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm sorry. Yeah.
Go ahead. I was just going to say he played times, you know, in 2 years.
Well, I'll end up going. Short
amount of time. I
don't think he's gonna get in. They're over there confusing each other. I don't think he's gonna get in. If Amika's playing, I don't think he's gonna get in for him.
I don't know. And then
you got Bennett. You got Bennett. This guy can't just go over there and start over them guys. And I like Hall too. You know, I like Hall too. So I think
you might see them all on the field, bro. You might see them all on the field at one time. You know what I mean?
I think you are.
I feel like our cornerback room has depth, but we just don't have top end talent.
Like, we're gonna see them out there, bro. I'm telling you.
We got some good fourth corners. We got some good third corners, but we just
don't have that top guy.
What I seen on tape, what I seen on video of Jack Jones, I would get rid of Peters and keep Jack Jones.
Because he kind of plays that. He's that ball hawk.
Yeah,
but
he's physical. He loves the tackle. He takes pride in that. So
you must hate Peters.
Yes.
I didn't want it from the get-go.
Why you want to end the show like that, bro? Jesus.
What I like about Jack though, and what I'm saying right now, and fucking like he's only played a year and like 10 games. So it's like, and he's already faced Miami 6 times, bro. So it's like, I think he's gonna get in this game because he's familiar with that wide receiver core.
Right, familiar with the team, probably familiar with the defense. AP's gonna try to get him. He's gonna get him ready.
Especially if they play any man. If they play any man, he's gonna be in the game. When they run like a zone scheme or anything like that during the game, you'll see more of the guys that are more familiar. But if you see man, you'll see him out there. But they shouldn't be running too much man in this game.
Yeah,
no,
they should. Yeah, you do not want to play man. You got to play man press zone, bro. Man press zone. Read about it. It's a new concept.
Peters about to, man. Peters it's gonna be a record how far off he's gonna be off Tyreek Hill or one of these.
Fucking Snoops, fucking Marcus Ole Peters. Ole.
And he did have a pick 6 though. Hey, we gotta give him credit. He did have a pick 6. You know, let's give him credit.
Throw it up one time.
You know,
that one Pittsburgh, the one against Pittsburgh, he should have. That was to the house for sure.
But how many pick sixes has he dropped?
That's what I'm saying. The one in Pittsburgh, the one against Pittsburgh at home on Sunday night.
How many tackles has he missed?
To be honest with you, he was never known as a physical corner. We all knew that.
Never.
He talked like it. He talked like it because everybody thought he was. He's gonna bring that dog. He's gonna bring that dog into the Raider defense.
His game don't show it. He talks like it, but his game has never showed it. He's been always a ball hog and a guy who takes risks, and he'll get burned. He's always gotten burned.
I like Marcus Peters with a D line that's consistently pressuring the quarterback, because then that's where you see that ball hawk.
I mean, anybody can become a ball hawk if you have like consistent pressure up front. You know what I mean?
I don't know.
But the thing is that he's shown it. Not everybody can. Yeah, because he's shown it. You know what I mean? Over like multiple times on different teams. But like recently he hasn't, but he's shown it before.
Right.
But like it's like, so like if you can get that maybe, and like in the last couple of games he hasn't been a liability really. You know what I mean? Like in the last couple of games, like he's played out there and he's you haven't heard too much out of him. And you know when they say like, if you ain't hearing from him, that's a good thing. You know what I mean? Because obviously, and especially if we're winning. If we're winning the game and you're not hearing much out of him, that means he's not, you know what I mean? He's obviously not playing that bad.
Yeah.
But like it's like so hopefully that can continue. But this game is gonna be a test for him for sure, bro. Yeah. Any guy that he's gonna be able to try to take out there is gonna be even Braxton Berrios, you know what I mean? Like they're
that's my guy right there, bro.
Their slot guy is going to be.
I want him.
Watch out.
He gonna get boned too.
Man, fuck Berrios, bro.
What I'm saying is like all of their guys are pretty
Snoops,
quick.
Tell me this. Like that, so Snoops, tell me this real quick.
Outside. Our DBs will be tested.
If Andy Reid couldn't straighten up Peters, John Harbaugh,
bro. This is AP, bro. This is Black Air Force One's AP.
But I think Peters,
what makes you think that AP is going to straighten up?
But the thing with Peters is like even with Andy Reid, like Andy Reid was never able to straighten him up. But even when he was with them, like yeah, they cut him, and like I think that he was a headache and stuff like that with those teams. But they were never cutting him because of his game, though. Yeah. You know, they were never trading him because of his game, because he was always a ball hawk, and he was always actually like, you know, an asset to the team. It's just that, you know, when they were able to get, you know, Ramsey for him, you know what I mean, make that trade and stuff like that, and stuff like that. I think that was you know, they made that decision because he does, you know, pose that other, you know, that locker room type. You know, he could be maybe sometimes a cancer or you know, a bad thing. But I think with this coach, I don't think it's that plays a role, because I think he's not, like, you can see his attitude towards McDaniels, like even like in little things like the Twitter, like him liking that, you know, that fire McDaniels tweets. You know what I mean? Like him liking all that shit. Like he has respect for AP.
If he gives you one more pick six, is it a successful signing?
No.
Yes. What?
How many missed tackles has he had, Gabe?
We signed him in training camp, bro.
You're calling the dude a matador.
Wait, but 2 defensive touchdowns, like a lot of people don't get Marcus in their career. A lot of players don't get that in their career. Remember that. Like a lot of players don't get corners don't get pick sixes in their career. And
if he does that, I'll change my mind with him, man. I'll say Peter's great signing.
Throw up the O.
I'll go like that.
Throw up the O one time, Gravy. Just throw. Hey, when we signed him, bro, I was doing this to Gravy. I was throwing up the O. 24, baby. Let's go.
But he does have to get more effort for sure, though, too. Like Gravy. Like I'm not gonna say if he gets a pick six, but in every game he's doing one of those Olays for sure. Yeah, still get rid of him. But
he's on a 1 year deal, man.
He does have to get more effort out there to tackling the ball. But if he could give us another pick six, bro, like, because those don't come easy.
Yeah, that is true.
What if it gives you 2 more drop interceptions?
Then yeah, get them out of here.
He's done that too.
Hey, that's why he's throwing up the O. He's throwing up the O for Olay.
One interception, dude. One interception, and now the guy's the best corner in fucking wearing. He deserves number 24. He deserves number fucking 24 now.
I think when the Raiders signed him, they were trying to get a veteran corner, a ball hawk, and the whole message in the offseason was forcing turnovers. Because why? Because the Raiders have an issue over the last few years with forcing turnovers, getting interceptions, and then you get a guy that's his career has been based off forcing turnovers, being a ball hawk, taking it to the house. So and think about it. He was signed. He's a 30-year-old corner. He was signed in training camp. So expectation wasn't really that high. I mean, Raider fans was excited. Raider Nation was excited, which understandable. You get a ball hawk, a guy that's from Oakland, grew up a Raider fan. You know he's excited. But I get it. But the thing is, though, he's never been known for being a tackler. Like, that's never been part of his game. But I think we were surprised when we watched him play.
He was a dog, bro. He gonna bring that dog into that defense.
Gravy's taking a shot at me, right? Because I was saying, I want him to be that dog that he, you know what I'm saying, for the Raiders. I said I wanted him to be that. I didn't say he was going to be that.
Well, he ain't got it. He ain't got his cousin over there to back him up anymore on the sideline. That's what it is.
Yeah, we'll see, man. It's 7 games left. We'll see how it shakes out, man. But if he gets a couple of picks, or at least a pick six, another pick six,
a couple
that's
of
a successful 1 year deal. You can cut ties after that, and then Jack Jones could be the starting corner on that side.
How many picks does Amik have?
He has 2.
2.
Oh my gosh.
2.
5'8".
And Maury
sure tackler that everybody doubted. Nobody wanted on the team.
Well, who would have thought, though? Spillane leads the team in interceptions. Who would have thought that?
3.
I'm talking about corners here.
But I'm just saying,
I'm still on the Peters thing. You way ahead of me now.
You can tell.
I'm just trying to make a point is that, like, this team there's a lot of things that no one could have predicted. And one of the biggest ones is the fact that Spillane, a linebacker, has the most picks on the team. A linebacker he wasn't even known as a pass coverage linebacker. He was known as a run stopping linebacker.
Mm-hmm.
And he comes in and has 3 interceptions. That's kind of one of the biggest stories on defense.
Trying to tell people, but nobody will listen.
No, that's some juice right there.
3. I think he has 2. I think he has. I think
Morg has 2. Spillane has 3. I think Amik has 2.
Amik has 2. He has the one at the end of the game, and then he had another one. I think maybe
Hobbs has 1.
Yes. Morg has 2.
Yep, Morg has 2.
I'm looking at it right now.
Like we could play some. I think Peters has some good football. I think what happened is like what I try to do is like when we got this when AP took over, I tried to like to give the benefit of the doubt. Let's see what he could do going forward. You know what I mean? And he hasn't showed me anything bad the last 2 games. He hasn't really like like it's like. So I want to see what he can do the next 7 games because I think with the other coach here, I think he's one of the guys that for sure he's going to. That's one thing I do agree with Gravy. Like he's one of those guys that he will like start being a bad teammate probably in the locker room if shit starts going bad. That we start losing and shit like that. Like, but I could see like him having the respect for AP right now that I could see him giving a better effort out there in these last 7 games. You know what I mean? And I just think that he won't be such a liability because I think he'll have that respect that he didn't have for McDaniels.
Yeah, one of the things that AP did say, I remember him saying it earlier this week. He mentioned Marcus Peters. He said something about Peters, and what he reiterated after the fact was that like you need guys like him in the locker room. You need this type of guy in the locker room. He goes, the energy that he's bringing in the locker room is well deserved or well needed or whatever, whatnot. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, so this is a good environment for him. You know what I mean? Especially with Coach AP. So yeah. So as far as the interception leaders are concerned, you're right. Spillane's got 3, Trayvon got 2, Amik got 2, Marcus got 1, and Nate got the 1. So yeah. So
I think that's what Farrell was talking about earlier though too. Though like AP knows how to get to these players. Like he knows what to say. He knows what to say to the nation. Like he knows what and that's why I do like what AP how he started off. His little 2 game only 2 games, but I love the way he started off because he's getting that message through these guys. With a lot of coaches, that's the biggest problem. They can't get through to these young guys or these new fucking NFL type guys, that are sensitive and don't have that that long extension fucking what is it called, the attention span. You know what I mean? It's 15-second attention span nowadays, bro. So it's like I think AP knows how to play towards his players, and I think that's going to play a big role in the confidence of Peters, moving forward. Him saying those type of things, that he needs those guys in, and those type of guys in the locker room. That's going to make, give, I think Peters more of a pride to play to give more effort on Sundays.
Yeah, no, facts. And what's going to help Peters more too is the fact the Raiders keep sacking quarterbacks. They have 10 sacks in 2 games. And if we continue to get to the quarterback, then that's going to give opportunities for guys like Spillane to get interceptions. If you guys remember, I think Gabe, you mentioned it earlier. Tillery had a good game against the Jets. Yeah. That interception that Spillane had, Tillery was in Zach Wilson's face. So he had to let go of that ball before he wanted to. And obviously, Spillane made a spectacular interception, hands catch. Looked like a receiver out there.
For real.
Yeah, man.
Hand.
So,
with a broken hand.
With the broken hand.
We're gonna get out of here, man. We're already at the 2-hour mark, man. I gotta go. I gotta go help build the spaceship. I gotta go put some shingles on the spaceship that I'm building, bro.
Help Elon Musk build a spaceship and build another submarine.
Yeah.
Yeah, they gotta put on the Christmas lights. The Christmas lights gotta get set up.
We'll put on the Christmas lights on in Transylvania, bro.
Gotta go chop down his Christmas tree right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna go cut down my Christmas tree. I'm gonna go down to Sequoia.
Do what you gotta do.
Yeah, for sure. No, it was a good show, man. It was a good show. Good having you on here, Farrell. Bro.
Always
went by quick, bro. Went by quick.
I'm just gonna answer this question.
We're always here, Farrell. We're always here for you, brother. Anytime.
Yes, sir.
Anytime, Farrell. It's always good to talk ball with you, brother.
Yeah, likewise.
Always good.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, FaceTime will be back in 21 days. He just got put into the coming off of IR, so that's why. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's been out all season.
Yeah, for real. Yeah. He was supposed to do a 4-game stint, but like I guess he went on to like the 8 game or something like that. But then they finally, he has 21 days.
Yeah,
so hopefully
that's a secret weapon, bro. That's a secret weapon.
Right? He's gonna be here for the playoff run.
Hopefully he could get the good thing that works towards his advantage that like he has 21 days, but they could still activate him during the bye week, and he'll still have literally like an extra week. He'll have literally like 20 days.
Yep. Well, thank you guys, man. Great.
He's gonna take over Peter's job.
Yeah, he does. For sure, he does. I believe so. He's not going to. I think Jones will do that before face on.
Just more depth. That's all it is. More depth, and we need
more depth, which we need, especially going in later on in the season. All right, man. We're gonna get out of here. Thank you guys, Raider Nation Live. It's
one last thing before we get out of here. I'm going live on Sunday. It's a Sunday halftime show. I've been starting that tradition this whole season. So I'm going live during the game. And guess what, man? Y'all more than welcome to come through. Go live during the game. I don't know if y'all got plans or anything like that, but yeah. Hey, man, we can talk offline about it. But hey, y'all more than welcome to come through. But I'm gonna be going live at halftime until the end of the game.
For sure. Oh, that's cool. So you're going from the halftime on nice
to the end of the game.
Nice.
We're going
that's
live.
Actually pretty dope.
Play by play action.
Play by play. Just chop it up. Talk football. Had a game on, man. Just real reactions during the game. Yep.
There we go. That's gonna be that. Man, that's good right there. Okay. I like that. So you guys heard that here first. Pharaoh's gonna be doing halftime and on show moving forward. Man, it's great, bro. That's a good move and stuff. And then, like I said, we're gonna be live tomorrow. Gabe, what time are we going live tomorrow? In the morning. 9:20.
9:20.
9:20. We're going 9:20 tomorrow morning. Wake and bake.
We gotta hit the 20s.
Yeah, we gotta hit them 20s.
Do it 8:20. We can do it at 8:20.
8:20. You want to do it 8:20? That's too early, bro. I'm up at 4:30, bro. That's too early for me, bro.
It's because I'm barely getting back from dropping my son off and shit at that time.
So yeah, 9:20 is perfect. We'll do 9:20. So 9:20 will be live tomorrow, and then Sunday night will be live. Pharaoh's going to be live. I'm halftime going on, so make sure you guys go over there, subscribe to Pharaoh.
You guys just don't want me around.
Did I say that out loud? I mean, I said it
out loud. Through your head,
bro. I said it out loud. You know that I said it out loud.
I can see through your head, bro. I said that.
You see it in your face.
It's like a big old blimp, man. It's like a big old blimp.
I'm trying to get him to subscribe to you, bro. And all you're doing is just talking now, bro. I'm trying to get him to subscribe to you, bro. You're cutting me out, bro. Man, Jesus. Can't even get out of here, bro. Jesus. Go subscribe to Coach Gravy on YouTube. Raider Nation Live. Thank you guys for being here, man. We will be live tomorrow, Sunday night. Man, you guys have a good one, man. Be thankful for what you do got, what you don't drink and drive. And on 3, Raiders. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Raiders!